springtime and transitioning not just your body but your mind and spirit to the new season that's coming in. Make sure you make a change to your diet. Always adjust your diet to the season that you're in. With that said, I do want to dig into a certain word here called science. And we tend to use the word science as a blanket term. And when you say the word science, you can kind of hear two different words in there. You hear the word psi and you hear ents. So I kind of look at it as saying the essence of a person's psyche or a people's psyche. So science is just another way of extrapolating or expressing or observing how people think. And they use certain terminology coded with their cultural practices, deities, things of that sort, to explain that natural phenomena. So some people say, okay, I have to use science to look at this, or I'm using science to understand why we need to take this or take that or take a vaccine or take a pill or whatever. But whose science are you using? Most people don't even know about African sciences, holistic sciences. They may use the word, but our charge is to be a whole people. I don't understand why we would not want to be a whole people, but take another people's approach towards science. Using partial medicine, eating partial food contraband, getting ripped off, basically because you're spending your whole dollar for partial food. So you're not even getting full nutrients and you're spending more money for it. And then you take a pill or a drug to remedy partial nutrition with another partial nutrition or poison. So it's kind of really just getting nowhere with that, basically. Can't be scientific about that anymore. You're not getting anywhere with that. So at the end of the day, it's basically like someone driving a car and they haven't gotten an oil change, they haven't done any type of maintenance for the car, and they've gone to all these so-called mechanics, and then on the last leg of the car they finally say, you know what, let me go to this true mechanic here that can really maybe fix me. But by that time the car is already messed up so badly that it's pretty much total. There's not much you can do with it. That's how it is in the health industry, health world out here. People take all these prescription medicines, do all these surgeries, take all these over-the-counter drugs, prescriptions, Tylenols, Advils, self-medicating, then doctor medicating, and then Google medicating, and then YouTube medicating, trying to figure out what to do. And then they finally say, you know what, let me try some herbs, let me try something natural that that the universe made, that nature made, that God made, whatever term you want to use. But by that time it's usually, well, I don't want to say it's too late, but it's not easy to get back to a sense of normalcy or a sense of health when you've done so much damage over that time period. And then you want a miracle at the end of the day. So what I'm saying is, we're using other people's science to obtain African health. And then at the end of the day, what you want is African health. Whether you identify with being African or not, you want to be holistic, and that's what African medicine is. African science is holistic. Everything is meant for the whole entire being, the spirit, the mind, and the body. Here in the Western world, we deal with a lot of symptomology. So it's a symptom, and the doctor deals with that symptom. But if you're if your floor was getting wet in your kitchen and I saw the sink was running, I would not say go grab some more mops to mop up the floor. I would just say turn off the sink. That's how medicine is. The doctors don't tend to turn off the sink. They keep on giving you more mops to mop up the floor. But why not just turn the sink off? You don't want the floor to be wet. That's symptomology versus holistic medicine. The goal is to turn off the sink. We want to stop what's causing the problem, not deal with the symptom of what's happening. You know, you may look at the Great Pyramids and say, oh wow, how in the world did they build that? And then you understand there's mummies inside there, or mummified bodies, and how they preserve so well. That's science, it's African science, it's holistic. And when I say holistic, I'm not just talking about the mummification process. I'm talking about the whole entire thing. When I'm saying thing, I'm saying the pyramid itself. There is a shape in nature that our ancestors understood that could preserve life. Not too long ago, there was a cat that ran away in Egypt, and it went into the Great Pyramids, and it actually passed away. And the cat died in the pyramid, but it was there for months, like 3 or 4 months, and they finally found this cat that was dead, and it was dead in there for like 3 or 4 months. And they saw that the cat was actually almost looked like it had been taxidermed, or it was not it had not decomposed or decayed. They found that very interesting. But see, one thing about nature is, whenever there is a triangular shape or pyramidal shape, it takes positive ionic charges and turns it into negative. It causes air to tumble on itself and changes the positive ionic charge to a negative ionic charge. Now, if you understand anything about chemistry, you want negative ionic charges around you, which keeps you at a state of peace and calmness, and it actually preserves life. It works as a, well, let me just say this. The Great Pyramids actually work as a dehydrator, because the shape of the pyramid itself actually creates negative ionic charges. That's not just the pyramid itself. Any type of triangular or pyramidal shape actually preserves life. You can take an apple and you can cut it and take some paper and make a pyramidal shape out of it and stick the apple inside the paper. That's pyramidal shape. And then cut another apple and put it beside it, and come back 3 to 4 days later, you'll see that the apple that was not in the pyramidal shape of paper that sit on the table by itself will start to rot and decay, and the one that was actually inside the paper that was pyramidal shape would be hardly changed at all. If anything, it'd be slightly drier, just dehydrated. That's because the nature of a pyramidal shape causes things to preserve. This is what I'm saying. The mummies themselves that are mummified in the pyramids, it's not just the mummification process, it's the fact that they're inside the pyramids that allows them to preserve life as well. So this is African science. This is holistic science. Everything we do is the whole spectrum of everything. Understanding it. This is why I say the word science cannot be used as a blanket term to understand all people or to understand all things, because there's the Ayurvedic system of science, which is the Indian system, the Sanjayal system of science, which is the Chinese system. You have the Western allopathic or homeopathic system of medicine or science, which is the Western world. You have all these different sciences. You have the African system, the holistic science. So how come we're using the term science as one thing? Like I said before, science is the essence of a person's or a people's psyche. With that said, I don't want to keep this video too much longer, but we're going to dig a little bit deeper into shapes, sacred geometries, what that basically I'm going into, and the purpose of shapes to basically achieve certain objectives that you need, not just for preserving, but for manifestation too. So yeah, with that said, I'll catch up with you guys later, and stay healthy. This is a lifestyle, not a diet. We want to make sure that we're staying healthy, because we have to be able to be healthy to have a healthy conversation. Matter of fact, Marcus Garvey used to actually do enemas and detox before he would speak, because he said that he could not speak with an acid mind, because he knew what his message would be perturbed, or it would come out, it would not be the correct message. So he would actually do enemas and detox before he would give his speeches. So keep that in mind. Your message is tainted by what you eat or what you don't eat. So I'll catch up with you guys later. This is a lifestyle, not a diet.